New York City, 1841. A bustling metropolis on the cusp of change. Gaslight flickered in the darkness, casting long shadows on cobblestone streets. Among the city's denizens was Mary Cecilia Rogers, a young woman whose beauty captivated many. She was known as the beautiful cigar girl, her charm drawing customers to her workplace. But her life took a tragic turn, her story becoming a haunting melody in the city's symphony of secrets. Mary Rogers disappeared one summer day. Days later, her body was found floating in the Hudson River. The city gasped. Who could have committed such a heinous act? The newspapers were filled with speculation. The police were baffled. The case of Mary Rogers became a macabre spectacle, a mystery that gripped the city's imagination. The mystery deepened as investigators delved into Mary's life. They uncovered a tangled web of relationships, secret rendezvous, and whispers of forbidden love. Was she the victim of a jealous lover, or was there a darker force at play, one that lurked in the city's underbelly? The answers, like shadows, seemed to slip through their fingers. Mary Rogers was more than just a beautiful face. She was a young woman trying to make her way in a rapidly changing world. Born in Connecticut, she moved to New York City with her family. The city, with its promise and perils, both beckoned and threatened. She found work at a tobacco shop, her beauty drawing in customers and fueling gossip. Her life was not without its complexities. She was engaged to Daniel Payne, a man who seemed smitten with her. However, rumors swirled about other admirers, men captivated by her charm. There were whispers of secret meetings and clandestine affairs. These whispers would later transform into accusations, painting Mary as a temptress caught in a web of her own making. The events leading up to Mary's disappearance were a blur of contradictions. She left her fiancé's home claiming to be visiting family, but her family never saw her. Days turned into nights, each hour deepening the mystery. Where had she gone? Who had she met? The questions lingered unanswered, their echoes reverberating through the city's streets. The investigation into Mary Rogers' death was a tangled web of dead ends and fleeting clues. The police, overwhelmed by the city's burgeoning population and limited resources, struggled to make sense of the conflicting accounts. Witnesses emerged, each with their own version of events, their stories muddled by time, fear, and speculation. One account, however, stood out. A witness claimed to have seen Mary Rogers enter a house of ill repute, a place rumored to perform illegal abortions. This revelation sent shockwaves through the investigation. Had Mary been seeking to terminate an unwanted pregnancy, and if so, had the procedure gone tragically wrong? The list of suspects grew with each passing day. There was Daniel Payne, Mary's fiancé, driven to despair by her disappearance, and later by her death. He committed suicide, leaving behind a note that hinted at his inability to cope with the loss. His death, however, raised more questions than it answered. Was it an act of a heartbroken lover, or was it a desperate attempt to conceal his involvement in a darker crime? The investigation also scrutinized Mary's admirers, men whose infatuation might have turned deadly. There was the wealthy merchant rumored to have showered her with gifts, and the young clerk his affection spurned, his heart filled with bitterness. Each man had their secrets, their motives shrouded in darkness, yet none could be definitively linked to the crime.